Good day to all the students and educators alike who would like to know how to use Pearson R as a way of hypothesis testing. So, what is Pearson's correlation coefficient? It is a measure of the strength of the association between the two variables. In our example, the two variables that we would like to measure their association would be the age and the salary level or the grade of the respondents. So we have 10 respondents. So, what are the steps in the hypothesis testing using Pearson R? For number one, we need to define the null and the alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis states there is no significant relationship between age and salary grade, signified by H sub O, where P is equals to 0. And we have the alternative hypothesis states there is significant relationship between age and salary grade, signified by H sub 1, wherein P is not equal to 0. Then, for the second step, we have to state the alpha. The significance level, also denoted as alpha, is the probability of rejecting the null hypothesis when it is true. So we have zero point zero 0.05 as our significance level, which we normally or commonly use in the academe. And then the third step is we have to calculate the degree of freedom, where the formula is degree of freedom equals n minus 2. So our number of respondents would be 10 minus 2. So we have 8 as our degree of freedom. The reason why we use minus 2 as part of the formula for the degrees of freedom, because we are using two variables. So that is why it is 2. And then for the fourth rule, for the fourth step, state the decision rule. If R is greater than the critical value, we have to reject the null hypothesis. For step number 5, we have to calculate now the correlation coefficient. And also, we need to find the critical value. So first thing first, we have to make a tabulation. So our tabulation would be like this. So just copy the respondents and the age and the salary level or the grade. Then let age be your X and your salary level be your Y. And then you must have your XY, wherein you multiply the age by the salary level to all the respondents. And then you have X squared, wherein the age being your X will be squared, all values of it. And then also the Y values will be squared as well. And then afterwards, you make a summation of all your um, columns. Then afterwards, we have to use now the formula for the Pearson R coefficient. So R is equals to summation of x, y minus summation of x multiplied by summation of y divided by n. And for our denominator, square root of summation of x squared minus summation of x squared divided by 10 multiplied by the summation of um, multiplied by the square root of the summation of the y squared minus summation of y squared divided by n. So using the formula, we may be able to substitute the data from our table. So using the formula as well, we will be arriving at 0.99 as our coefficient. Next, we need to find the critical value. The critical value, we have to use the degrees of freedom, which from the uh, from our calculation, we have arrived at 8 as our degrees of freedom, and we have stated our alpha as 0.05. So using the critical values of the correlation coefficient R, we will be arriving at 0.632 as our critical value. Now, let me go back with the calculation of the Pearson R. There is one way to easily find out how does how we could compute the coefficient easily using the Excel. Let me show it to you. So to compute for the R, it is simply type equals, then type Pearson, and then RA1. We have to get the RA1. Our RA1 would be the age column, then comma. We have to get now the RA2, which would be the salary level or the grade. Then same thing, we'll be arriving with the same value as we have gotten using the formula. So it's still 0.99, and we have 0.99 using a simple formula Pearson in Excel, RA1 and RA2. Now afterwards, we have to get the critical value, which we already have, 0.632. On the sixth step, we have to state the result. The R is 0.99. Our critical value is 0.632. Then, therefore, R, R is greater than our critical value. Now, let us state the conclusion. Are we going to reject or accept the null hypothesis? Since the R value is greater than the critical value, then we have to reject the null hypothesis. And of course, since we rejected the null hypothesis, we have to accept the alternative hypothesis. Thus, there is significant relationship between age and the salary grade of our respondents. So this would be it, our discussion on hypothesis testing with Pearson R. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture on this particular subject. Thank you.